Hello and welcome to the What to Do When video series. In today's video we're going to be looking at what to do when your client can't get their arms overhead. So you may have started off with somebody and you notice when they're going like this, one arm might go up further than the other, or they may strain and trying to reposition the shoulder blade in order to get it overhead, and that makes a lot of exercises tricky, such as lateral raises, shoulder presses and sometimes even chest presses. Now there could be an absolute number of reasons why they can't do this, but we're going to look at a drill which looks at more at shoulder mechanics and how we can go after the shoulder to improve that overhead reach. Now there's every chance it could be a GH capsule issue, so basically within the actual shoulder capsule and not the scapula. If that's the case, then we'd look for a different approach. However, here's a really quick one you can use with your clients to both assess and use with them to improve their range of motion. Okay, so first things first, if you just go side on for me please, and all I want you to do is just do an overhead reach test, going like so, okay, and go in as far as you can. Good. Now what we've got here is quite an excessive bit of arching in the lower back, so we can see how there's quite a lot of load going there. So if you're pressing overhead, then this would occur if it was with a barbell, but even with a seat you're going to have this coming forward. So if I was to say keep your rib cage down now, so we've got a true test, and now go up, how does that feel there?
Not as far.
Not as far, yeah. So as soon as we take away the compensation, which was lumbar extension, this is how much range of motion we've got. So keep everything there and just bring your arms up and down again. So go there like that, and then bring the arms up overhead. So bring them there, and by keeping that rib cage down, that's how much we've got. Okay. So in order to change this, we're actually going to do, if you can let those come back down there, is that we're going to do a glute bridge. Now that might not have been what you're thinking, but this is going to reposition the way we move the scapula around the rib cage in a really favourable way. Okay, so what we're going to do is, if you can just bring your feet up and put them on the ball. So we're going to get a Swiss ball here like so. And it's important when we do this exercise is that we want the pelvis is actually going to be higher up than the shoulder blades. So that's a really key one that we're going to look to do. The hands are going to go at 90 degrees. So if you just pop them there for me, please, and then just go palms facing towards each other, just like that, just like that there, like that. Good. Okay. So we're going to try and replicate that overhead reach, but we're going to just change a few factors here. So first thing you're going to do, if you can just bend your knees for me, please, just there like that. And you're going to bring your bum off the ground. Now what will happen here is that if it's unstable, that the ball may roll, so keep your hand on the ball like so, and just imagine you're bringing your belly button up towards your rib cage there like this. Good. And hips come up just a little bit more like that. So this is the position that we want to make sure. Try not to use your lower back as much there. So drop them a little bit down because it's slammed into the spinal erectors. So there. What can you feel there working at this moment in time? Okay, don't worry.
Just about everything.
Everything. Okay. So what I want you to do is now do the overhead reach. So take them back, take them back, take them back there, and stop there, and then just bring them back just a little bit. And what I want you to do is just bring them back through that position there. And what I want you to do is dig your heels in. I want you to breathe in as you dig your heels in. Good. And just hold that position and breathe out and relax. Good. Breathe in again. And relax. And I'm noticing there's not as much on the left hand side. And what I'm going to do, I just want you to slightly roll to your left like that. Keep your right like this. And now have more pressure on that left shoulder. Dig in with your hips a little bit more. I want you to breathe in and reach overhead with that left. So go as far as you can. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And breathe out, bring it back. Good. Breathe in again and go back. Keep that hamstring contact and back. And remember, we want your pelvis to be higher than the shoulder. Breathe out, bring it back. Good. And then one more time. Breathe in, inhale, and back and bring it out. Good. And let everything relax. So the key things here is you can let your arms go back. We want to find the sticking point with the hands. We're going to hold in that position. We want the pelvis to be higher than the shoulder blades. So that's why we're in the glute bridge. Want to breathe in and dig our heels in at the same time. You might get hamstring, you might get calf, you might get glute. We want to ensure that the pelvis is being tucked under a little bit and there's better engagement in through the midsection. So in other words, we have a better connection from the sternum towards the bottom of the pelvis, and we're going to work the way through, going through the sticking point with an inhalation. So as you're trying to go through that point which was restricted, you're going to breathe in. So we're going to do it one more time. We're going to go to the point, the sticking point first, which let's go here. You're going to keep that rib cage down slightly, so just breathing out. You're going to bring your hips up, dig and have a bend in your knees. Don't have the knees locked in. So we're going to hold that position. Hips up just a little bit more into that position there. And it's dig your heels in, hips up, breathe in and reach overhead. So breathe, inhale, deep inhalation and back out. Bring them back. Good. And we're just going to do 5 reps. And again, you're just going deep inhalation to there. And you breathe out, bring them back just to here. Good. And then 2 more, deep inhalation and back. And then if one side is harder than the other, just rotate to that side slightly and back. Good. Let everything relax, bring it back down. Good. And then we'd retest. So what I want you to do is now just keeping everything stable there, reach overhead. So arms going up there like so. Good, well done. Not as much arching in the back. Good, so now I want to keep this rib cage down just to check. So rib cage stays down and now go up, reaching overhead like that. Good, and back. Bit more freedom.
Yep.